Section 3 na tayo. Conduct of vessel in restricted visibility. So, restricted visibility, Section 2, Section 2 and Section 1 is not intended for this one. Rules on Section 2 and Section 1 is not intended because Section 1 is any Section 1. Wait for a moment. Rule Section 1 is any condition it is intended, and rule Section number 2 is not intended. Okay? Section 2 because it is inside of one another. You cannot see the other vessel when you are in restricted visibility. So Section 2 is not intended. So Section 2 rules are not being applied. Okay? Section 1, it can be applied. Okay? Rule number 19, conduct of vessel in restricted visibility. So this rule applies to vessels not in sight of one another when navigating in or near an area or restricted visibility. I already who is that? Wait for Mr. Pagkaliwagan.
Sir.
Okay. So on rule 19 part A, this rule applies to vessels not inside. So I already discussed to you about this in or near or when you are not inside of one another, right? This when you are in the restricted visibility. I will just again discuss it to you because maybe you already forgot it. Okay? Tama ba? Did you already forget this? This restricted visibility. If you are inside of one, if you are not inside of one another, near or in. Guys, may kausap pa ba ako?
Sir, yan po ba yung may restricted area?
Yes, that is the restricted area. So ipapaliwanag ko na naman kasi baka hindi na naintindihan, hindi na nakalimutan na ng iba. Okay? So here, eyes on me. For example, this is the restricted area. Okay, this is the restricted area, and then you are if you are near the restricted area, it's restricted visibility already. You're just near it. For example, you are inside of the restricted area. So, restricted visibility na din yan. And then, if you are not inside of one another, there is another vessel here and you cannot see the other vessel. You are in a restricted visibility already. So, near, inside, and not inside of one another. Okay? That's checking if you are in a restricted visibility. Okay?
Sir,
Naintindihan?
dapat nasa restricted area isa lang barko? Bawal lang may kasabay?
Hindi naman. Meron sa restricted visibility naman, hindi mo naman masasabing isa lang yung barko na meron diyan. So, hindi mo naman masasabing ganun. Okay? Merong mangilan-ngilan dyan na barko na ganyan sa restricted visibility. Kasi yun naman a phenomenon. Okay? Restricted visibility is because of the phenomenon, because of the fog, because of the mist, or because of other sandstorm or storm itself. So it's you cannot predict that there will be only one vessel here on the restricted visibility. No, there will be another vessel here or other. It depends on the situation if you are on a traffic condition. Okay, if your traffic is dense traffic, so there are too many vessel in your area. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Siguro naman hindi na siya hindi na siya makakalimutan, ano? Kasi padalawang beses ko nang sinabi.
Tandaan na, sir.
Okay. Every vessel shall proceed at safe speed adapted to the prevailing circumstances and condition of restricted visibility. So safe speed, rule number 6 naman. Rule number 6 applicable. A power-driven vessel shall have her engines ready for immediate maneuver. So okay. On part B, so rule number 6 ang tinatakal dyan. Rule number 6 lang. Because of the safe speed. So with due to the radar, state of visibility, the use of radar for the traffic density, okay, lahat ng mga nakapaloob sa rule number 6 applicable sa part B ng restricted visibility. Okay? Then okay, ito. Section 2 rules does not apply. Do not apply. Okay? So, yun yung sinasabi ko sa inyo. Section 2 rules do not apply. Sailing vessels, overtaking, it is not applied to restricted rule number 19. It's not applied. Okay? Every vessel shall have due regard to the prevailing circumstances and condition of restricted visibility when complying to the rules of Section 1 of this part. Okay. Ang sinasabi lang dyan ay yung Section 1 from rule number 5 to 10 applicable. Okay? Applicable ang because it is any condition of visibility. Section 1 is any condition of visibility. So if it is restricted visibility, rule number 5 to 10 is being used. Okay?
Sir, di ibig sabihin pasok lahat yung 1 to 10 na rules din sa letter C.
Only yes, only 1 to 10. Sabihin na natin i-apply na din natin yung from rule number 1 to 1 to 4 na yan. Sige, pwede na din yan. Isama na lang din natin. Kasi rule number 2 emergency situation yan. Rule number 1 it only tackles for the regulations kasi. So sige, isama na din natin yan. And then rule number 3, definitions. Meron din namang restricted visibility definition sa rule number 3. Okay? So from
Okay,
rule 1 to 10, kasama yan. Ano?
Opo.
Okay. A vessel which detects by radar alone the presence of another vessel shall determine if a close quarter situation is developing and risk of collision exists. So andyan na naman yung natin, radar. Scanty information sa rule number 7. Scanty information. Rule number 7 naman ang applicable dyan. Sa risk of collision tayo. Okay? Applicable yan sa rule number 7. So napakarami. Kaya siya dinivide. For example, guys, kaya hindi isinama ang rule number 9, ang section number 3 sa ibang mga sections kasi ang section number 3, madaming kailangang rules na applicable. So hindi talaga siya isinama sa ibang mga sections. Okay? Tapos nasaan na? If so, she shall take avoiding action in ample time. So andyan na yung ample time. So rule 8 naman. Okay, provided that when such actions consist of an alteration of course, so far as possible, the following shall be avoided. An alteration of course to port for a vessel forward of the beam other than a vessel being overtaken. An alteration of course towards a vessel abeam or above the beam. Yan yung sinasabi ko sa inyong quadrant. So nakapaloob pala yan sa rule number sa rule number 9. Yon, na-remember ko na. Sa rule number 9 pala, number 19 pala nakapaloob yung quadrant na yan, yung bi-quadrant. Yung alteration of avoiding alteration to port. Okay? Tatandaan lagi yung quadrant na yun ha. First quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant is alteration of course to starboard. And then the second quadrant is alteration of course to port. Okay?
Okay, sir.
A except where it has been determined that a risk of collision does not exist. Every vessel which hears apparently forward of her beam the fog signal of another vessel or which cannot avoid a close quarter situation with another vessel forward of her beam shall reduce her speed to the minimum at which can be kept on her course. She shall, if necessary, take all her way off and in any event navigate with extreme caution under danger of collision is over. So, reduce her speed to the minimum at which she can be kept on her course. Kapag restricted visibility, hindi pwedeng ikaw ay naka-full speed. Okay? If you are in a restricted visibility, it is not intended that you are, it's not advisable that you are on a full speed. Depende na lang talaga. It depends if there will be no traffic. Okay? It depends if your course, if you're navigating on a course with no traffic density. Okay? You can
Sir, madalit sabi, ang takbo lang ng barko yung nakaminor. Tama gaho.
yun nga, ang sabi ko nga sa inyo, it depends. It depends. Minsan may time for example on my side, we are container vessel. I experience restricted visibility but we are in a full speed. Okay? We are in a full speed. Our captain, the company asked us to make a full speed because they are certain that no any traffic on the vicinity of our course. Okay, on the course that we will go, there will be no any traffic. Okay, so we are maintaining our full speed, but this full speed is enough for us to alter our course if there will be an emergency. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so other vessels may reduce their speed in a minimum speed. Kapag talagang sobrang dami, if there will be so many vessels in your vicinity, your speed should not be on the full speed. It should be on the minimum already. Okay? And thank you very much for cooperating. Okay,
Sir,
so
may tanong lang, sir.
okay, sino yung may tanong?
Ako po, sir.
CJ, go ahead CJ.
Sir, sa Rule 17,
Rule
sir, paano po kapag naisip ko lang, sir, yung stand-on, sir, at saka giveaway vessel.
Okay.
Assume natin, sir, na halimbawa, yung stand-on vessel is traveling 15 knots.
Okay.
Di matulin, sir. Hindi, sir. Baliktad pala. Yung giveaway vessel, sir, ay tumatravel siya ng 15 knots tapos nakasight siya ng another vessel na mas mabagal, na medyo malayo pa, sir.
Another vessel na mas mabagal pero malayo pa.
Opo, sir. Sir, ano yun? Mag-alter pa rin siya ng course papunta dun sa o pwede siyang magdumiretso?
Sino mag-a-alter?
Yung sir, yung mas matulin, sir.
Itong si giveaway?
Opo, sir. Opo.
Kunwari si giveaway ang siya pa rin yung, for example, wala namang risk of collision na nagaganap. Di ba sabi ko nga sa inyo?
Opo, diretso siya, sir.
If the risk of collision doesn't exist, so stand on and, for example, malayo pa nga. Di ba malayo
Opo.
pa?
Opo.
The other vessel is still too far from you and it is not a risk of collision already. So rule number 7 is not existing then. Rule number 16 and 17 is not existing also. Okay?
Okay po, sir. Understood po. Thank you po.
Okay. Sino pa? Mayroon pa bang tanong? Mr. Sufyan, do you have any question?
No, sir.
Okay, understood, Mr. Sufyan.
Yes, sir.